Good morning, Roger Martin here from Billings, Montana. Good day. Another beautiful spring morning. Sun's in the northern country is up at 5:30 already this morning and beginning to peek over the eastern hills here in Billings, Montana and Yellowstone Valley, a pathway and gateway to Yellowstone National Park. Now here we have one of my sites I'm working on. I've got a lot more work to do with it, but it's ctrpath.com. And of course, Latter-day Saints know CTRs choose the right, but it's more than just choosing the right, it's acting on a higher light and truth. One of the highest understandings that mankind can get to is to understanding that we are all brothers and sisters and all need to work together to create a greater world, greater unity, and greater love. It can be done, but there's a lot of work to do, of course. But there's a lot of good going on. The media, unfortunately, pushes a negative narrative, but there is a lot of good if you will look for it. Now, going down here, I'm not going to go through all this, but love, the love of God is the way. That's my little logo and my little sign here to remind us that we are all one. That's what the golden circle or ring means, one eternal round. Now let's go in. And this year, if you tap on it, we'll go to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. So, now, this is just a template used on WordPress. It's free, but the domain and the hosting, of course, isn't. And this is part of Wealthy Affiliates. So you need to brand yourself, but Jesus Christ really is the way to a better life, a better world. And all active Christians know that. They feel it in their own personal lives, they feel it in the lives of their families, and they feel it in the community. One of the things that sets us apart as Latter-day Saints is the temple of the temples, the covenants that we do in there, the ordinances that we do in there, and I think this one here, if I link to it, goes to I think temples. Let's just see what happens here. Just kind of click this. Oh, it goes to. I'm reminded this goes to BYU TV, and it goes to the America's Sacred Ground Kirkland. America's Sacred Ground Kirkland. Great movie. Hopefully you will look at that. It's a great movie. Let's go back here now. And one of the other things, too often we forget about the individuals, and there's so much challenging things going on with individuals. This movie and video, which is done to help us remind us about the individuals and of course suicide and other things and the loneliness and the struggle of the individual. We need to remember that the individual is really what it is about. If we cannot save the individual, hard to save ourselves or our families or anybody else. So just a quick reminder in that. And I think on this one here, as I recall, it's a story about letting your light shine. Your story should shine. It should show forth the power and love of God. And this is Derek Rydell, I believe, and has an interesting story about awakened wealth. But it just talks about his individual personal journey, and all of us have a story to go through. This here talks about my patriarchal blessing and how it changed my life, and I knew that God was real then and before, but even more so after that blessing. I knew that God knew about me and loved me. So there's always more to the story. There's my family, and so forth. We'll go on from there. But it is interesting to understand where people are coming from before you start to work with them or develop a relationship or even sell anything to them or market anything to them. Because if you really don't know what they need or want, often our efforts to self-promote something is in vain. So we're going to let this go from there. Just a quick introduction to ChooseTheRightPath.com. Good day.